I welcome you to this another edition of our content where we discuss networking and cybersecurity. So in this video, we'll be talking about the 5 types of firewall that we have. 5 types of firewall. So before now, I did a video on what firewall is all about. If you have not watched it, go and watch it. It's in the description. But this is the summary. A firewall is that network device that prevents unauthorized access into your network. Okay, so you have a trusted network. Let me quickly draw this diagram because we'll be using it throughout this lecture. So this is a trusted network. Let's say your organization, and this is internet. Okay, internet, which is a public network. All kind of bad stuff happens there. We have hackers, malware trying to come into your organization. So this is unsecure. Why this is secure and private network. So now, the purpose of a firewall is to block bad traffic, bad guys from coming into your network. Okay, unauthorized access coming into your network. So we have a firewall here that is performing that function. So what are the types of firewall that we have? Number one, before I introduce the first type of firewall that we have, kindly subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed, so that you don't miss out on content like this next time that we post. Okay, so the first type of firewall that we'll be looking at is what is called application layer firewall. Firewall. Okay, so now this is also known as a layer 7 firewall because it is typically used to perform what is called deep packet inspection. So every packet passing through this firewall, an application layer firewall will perform what is called DPI, deep packet inspection. Deep packet inspection. Okay, deep packet inspection. So this technique is to examine the content of data packets at the application layer, okay, allowing for more granular control over the network traffic. This is different from traditional, this particular technique is different from traditional firewall in the sense that it examines the real content, detailed content of what a packet is made up of. Okay, so it examines, let's say, OSI layer 7 information like HTTP. So let me show you an example of application layer firewall. So let's say this is your organization, right? Whereby you have systems. Everybody is connected to the internet. They pass through a firewall. Okay, so now everybody is accessing a web server, for instance. A web server. They are going to a website using a layer 7 protocol called HTTP. So everybody is sending HTTP requests. What application layer firewall will do is to break down this protocol, and see whether that HTTP request is valid or not, or maybe it's generated by malware. Maybe one of your system has been infected with malware. So application layer firewall will inspect this HTTP traffic. So if it discover that this particular guy, let's say this is system 1, system 2, and system 3. So let's say this particular system 2 is infected with malware. It's now sending invalid HTTP request. What application firewall will do at that point is to block this HTTP invalid request generated by a system being infected with malware. Okay, so what application firewall did at that point is to break down this protocol. So any of the layer 7 protocol, it should break it down and see whether they are valid or not. So that is application layer firewall. The number 2 type of firewall we'll be looking at is what is called circuit level gateway firewall. So now, this is the type of firewall that operates at the session layer. Remember, application level firewall operates at the application level, while circuit level gateway firewall operates at the session layer of the OSI model to inspect if network traffic is legit or not. Circuit level gateway firewall are host based. They reside on host, on client and servers. So they are firewalls that reside on your laptop, on your desktop, on your servers, and all of that. Okay, checking, let's say you are connected to a server. Say this is a web server. So what circuit level gateway firewall is checking if any of the session that is being established at the session layer, whether they are valid or not. So by the way, it works in conjunction with application level firewall. They work hand in hand. Okay, so if any of your system is infected and they are generating fake session session ID, for instance, fake session with the web server, circuit level gateway firewall will take care of that. Okay, so it's a security technique at layer, that's a layer 5 of the OSI layer model. Okay, so the third type of firewall we'll be looking at is what is called stateful inspection firewall. That's number 3, right? Before I explain what stateful inspection firewall is all about, kindly subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed, and also like this video so that you will always be the first person to see videos like this next time that we drop it. Okay, so number 3 now is stateful inspection firewall. It is also a type of packet switching firewall that is used to control how data move through a firewall. Okay, so you have your organization. We always need this diagram. Connected to the internet as usual. This is your firewall. So now, stateful inspection firewall, what it does is to inspect if the traffic belongs to a particular session or not. So it will only permit communication if that traffic is legit. Let me explain what I mean. So now, this is the organization. You have a system, you have a system, you have a system. So now, each of your system, they are going to the internet. And anytime they are going to the internet, you will always have a destination IP and source IP. The host inside has the source IP, while the destination host, maybe a server, let's say a server has an IP. So let's say, for instance, this guy is using 10.10.10.10 and is going to 7.7.7.7, maybe Facebook, for instance. So now, this session will be established, right? Whereby destination IP is 7.7, and when the server is replying as well, the destination IP will be this 10.10.10. So now, there are times whereby hackers will want to hijack this session. They want to hijack this session whereby hackers will send their own, let's say, HTTP request, or just to establish a connection with your internal host. But because this stateful inspection firewall is monitoring this session, it will block any request that is coming in. So if an hacker is trying to establish a connection with any of your system in your organization, what stateful inspection firewall will do is to block it. For instance, maybe an hacker is trying to send ICMP packet. Okay, an hacker is here, is trying to send ICMP packet to ping this host, whereby this host has not even initiated any connection with it before. So stateful inspection firewall will detect that. We detect that this new connection is coming from outside and it is suspicious. So it will block it straight up. Number 4 on our list is what is called packets filtering firewall. What packet filtering firewall perform is very simple. It controls the traffic that is coming in or that is going out based on internet protocol characteristics like source and destination IP. Okay, source and destination IP. So it performs blocking or control of unauthorized access based on IP address, based on port number. So it check whether you configure the destination IP, whether it is part of the rules that you allow. If it is there, it permits that traffic. If it is not there, it drops it. Or it performs that blocking of unauthorized access based on the port number that you have configured. Okay, it is sometimes called static firewall. Static firewall. So you can call it static firewall. Okay, so number 5 on our list. Before I move to number 5, I want you to subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed, okay? And I want you to like this video. And if you have any questions so far, drop that question in the comments. And number 5 on our list is what is called nest generation. Next generation firewall. Next generation firewall. These firewall are called intelligent firewall, okay, because they can perform all the tasks that are performed by all the previous firewall that we just discussed. So they can perform stateful inspection. Just think of all the functions that I just talked about the previous firewall that we have. Stateful inspection. They can perform DPI. They can perform application level gateway firewall, application level firewall function. They can perform that. They can perform circuit level gateway firewall. Now, despite the fact that they can perform all the functions of the previous 4 types of firewall that I just discussed, they now add other capabilities, other advanced capabilities like application awareness and control. Okay, so maybe in your organization you notice that you can't use your Skype application, you can't use your WhatsApp, you can't use your Instagram app. Okay, these are granular features that are tweaked on your next generation firewall. Okay, so they can perform application awareness and control. Also, they include what is called intrusion prevention system. Okay, they include intrusion detection system, IDS detection system, and they also deliver what is called cloud threat intelligence service, whereby they communicate with database of threats, so they can easily spot threats while they are coming without even opening the packet. Okay, so if they see if they see a virus coming, they can easily spot it. If they see malware, they can easily spot it. So they have other additional advanced capabilities in addition to the other 4 types of firewall that I discussed. Okay, next generation firewall, that's the king of all of them. Okay, if you have any questions so far, if you want me to do a video on any of the topic on networking and cybersecurity, drop your questions in the comments, then I will join you in the conversation. Thank you for watching this video to this moment. Like this video, share with family, share with friends, share with everybody. Okay, thank you for staying tuned. See you in my next video.